Instagram, I feel like, is perfectly suited to be promoting your video content in a way that it wasn't before. Slow growth is good growth and is sustaining growth. If nobody is knocking on your door, you should go knock on other people's doors on Instagram.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Animaker Genius Talk, a talk show where we interview genius minds from the world of videos and transfer some of their amazing knowledge to you. Today, we have a beautiful guest in the house. I'm pleased to present to you speaker, entrepreneur, and social media influencer, Jasmine Star. Welcome to the show, Jasmine. We are happy to have you here today.
I am very happy to be here. Thank you.
All right. So let me just explain how this is going to work today. We have 3 amazing sections, and through these sections, we're going to find out one of the most important answers for the question from the video creators community. How do we promote video content on Instagram today? All right?
I'm very excited.
Let's get started. The first section is what we call the genius journey. All right? So tell us, Jasmine, how you transformed from a full scholarship law student into a professional photographer and then into a social media influencer.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily classify myself as a social media influencer. I would just say that I know how to build a business and I know how to market it on social media. Influencers depend and derive their income from being paid for endorsements. I've never done an endorsement on my Instagram, and what instead I decided to do is offer value to our followers. But that's getting a little bit ahead of myself. I dropped out of law school when I got unfortunate news that my mom became very ill, but I knew that I wasn't happy there to begin with. And my husband at the time asked, if you could do something with your life and be happy, what would you do? And I said, I want to be a photographer. And he said, but you don't own a camera. And I said, I know, but if I owned a camera, I think I can actually do this. And against all odds, he bought me the camera and I started a business. And I didn't have any money, I didn't have any resources, and I didn't have any education. I literally Googled every question I had and I taught myself photography. And in the process of teaching myself photography, I leveraged free resources. Back in 2007, I started a blog, and then all of a sudden in 2009, Twitter came around, and in 2010, 2011, Facebook came around, and every time a new social platform came onto the scene, I made sure that I was one of the very first people to use it for my business. Other photographers started seeing what I was doing and they said, can you teach us what you're doing? And I said, yes. And then other business owners said, can you teach us how to use Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram? And I said, yes, 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 I will be there. I will show up. And so some people could perceive that as being an influencer. If we're going to be influencing, it's just going to be about, we're going to be influencing knowledge and value.
Wow, that's a totally unique way of influencing people. All right. As social media marketers, the major problems that we are facing today is consistency, all right? So you have created a service that tackles this problem exactly. So tell us the thought process and the idea behind Social Curator.
Well, Social Curator was developed because I was creating content for entrepreneurs and I was sharing my strategies and I was sharing education. And the thing I noticed is that people still weren't able to show up on Instagram every day, or they still weren't showing up on Facebook every day. And I kept on asking this question, why? Why as business owners are people not showing up and talking about their business? And the 3 main pressure points was, number 1, I don't have anything to post. Like I don't have a photo, I don't have a video, I don't know what to say. Like I don't know what to write on these photos. And number 3, I don't know if what I'm doing is actually working. I feel like I'm wasting my time. And so I created Social Curator, and it's a monthly social media subscription. So on the 1st of every month, you get 30 stock photos, you get 30 caption templates, and you get a monthly marketing action plan. This is literally a turnkey solutions for entrepreneurs to wake up and start social conversations. Now, you are still gonna talk about your business. You're still gonna talk about the thing that you're selling, but you're also going to be introducing social aspects of what you do. How do you spend your weekend? What do you do for the holidays? Where do you want to travel? These are all intended to start conversations online to build up the engagement so that when you do want to sell something, people know, like, and trust you. So it's like a shift in the way that we're approaching social media, but it's highly effective.
Wow. Know, like, and trust, the 3 key factors of any social conversation. All right. the next question that I have for you today is, you have managed to build one of the most influential profiles and a personal brand on Instagram today. All right. So what is the thought process and the vision you have for this brand, and what do you wish to achieve with your personal brand?
I want my personal brand to always reflect impossibilities becoming possibilities. For people who have others in their lives who say, that's crazy, how could you do that? That'll never work. I always hope that my brand is a mirror into their greatest hopes and dreams and make them believe that they can pursue the thing they want, that they can build the business of their dreams, and they can create a life that they love.
Amazing. That's really inspirational. All right, Jasmine, we've come to the end of section 1. The next section is what I call picking the genius brain. I'm going to throw some questions at you. I'm going to find maximum value, and I'm going to pass on that value to my audience. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. First question that I have for you is, Instagram is one of the most visual platforms that are available today. So one of the questions that we as video creators have is, how do we promote our video content on Instagram?
Now, Instagram, I feel like, is perfectly suited to be promoting your video content in a way that it wasn't before. So as everybody knows, you're only allowed to upload a 1-minute video to Instagram, which kind of was frustrating for a lot of video creators, because how do you tell a complete story in less than a minute? And so what was working, or what people really strived for, was to post a video and then use the swipe up feature, perhaps in stories, or perhaps putting in an exit link. But that was always a little bit clunky. It wasn't streamlined, it wasn't easy. And so as a video producer myself, I wasn't sharing my videos on Instagram, because getting people to change from one platform to another was like a waste of time and space. So I continued creating videos and putting them on Facebook and then putting them on YouTube. But now we can totally promote videos on Instagram in 3 different ways. And this is the way that I do it. I will upload a video anywhere from 1 minute to 10 minutes onto my IGTV. And then what I'll do is I'll create a 60-second version of that video and put it on my feed and say, if you want to see more, go to IGTV, which is seamless because people are now staying within the app and they don't have to leave. I don't even need an exit link. It's right there within the app. And then the third and most effective way is that I will create 3 to 4 15-second video stories, and I can link from my stories to IGTV. So now as they're watching stories, they just have to swipe up and they're taken directly to that video on IGTV. So to me, it is seamless, it's strategic, and highly effective.
All right, 3 very important factors that all video creators should definitely take advantage of right now. So when you mentioned IGTV, this question just popped up in my mind. With the rise of platforms such as IGTV and Facebook Watch, video seems to be taking center stage in the content world today. So how do you think business owners and entrepreneurs can take advantage of videos to promote their business today?
Well, the beauty about this is that Mark Zuckerberg is like the visionary behind really changing how video is presented. And because he's leaning so hard and double downing on video content, that within the algorithm, videos are ranked higher than photos and ranked higher than just caption updates. Now, live videos are ranked even higher than produced videos. So knowing what we know now, we have the opportunity to really become strategic in the videos that we're creating. So before I pay a videographer to come create a produced video, I will go on, let's say Instagram Live, or I'll go on Facebook Live, and I start a conversation around a few topics, and then I get to see who's interested in what topics. And after that point, I will create a completely live video that's dedicated to one topic, and if people are still interested, now I will then go and create a produced video, because the time, the energy, and the money that it takes to create a produced video, I just don't have money to throw around. If I'm gonna spend money, I wanna use it strategically. And then once I have a live video and a produced video around one topic, I could run ads to both of those videos and see which one performs better. So for me, it's really becoming about strategy and understanding, what do people wanna hear from my business? How can I leverage, and how can I also build my newsletter list as a result of creating these videos?
All right. So newsletter is something that all video creators should definitely focus on, right?
Absolutely, only because when it comes to social media, our followers are only seeing what the algorithm is showing. When we build our newsletter list, not only do we have one platform, say Facebook or Instagram or a social platform that they may or not see our posts, we also now have the opportunity to email them video updates, let them know what we're doing. So now I have two opportunities to connect with my customer in two different ways.
All right, that's a really interesting point. The next question that I have for you is a very important question. 3 biggest mistakes that business owners and entrepreneurs are doing on Instagram today.
Mistake number 1 is that they're looking at Instagram as a marketing vehicle, when Instagram is really a conversation starter. Like, I don't think, if you go back, if everybody were to take a second and look at their Instagram, and if in the last 10 posts, 8, 9, or 10 of those posts are all marketing about what you sell, about how your item is on sale, how your item is in a new color. If it's all promotional, people are thinking, I'm just watching a commercial. How do I even engage? What we should be doing is creating content that our people want to see, that is educational, entertaining, inspiring, aspirational. We want to make them know, like, and trust us before they would ever buy from us. So if you're only creating video content that says, buy what I'm selling, buy what I'm selling, buy what I'm selling, it's still like, why would people continuously watch a commercial? It's when you create content around conversations and then every so often pop in a commercial, then people get, okay, I'm ready to buy because I know who you are in addition to what you sell.
That's an amazing strategy. All right, so next question that I have for you is more along the lines of a personal choice. For your video content, which platform would you prefer, IGTV versus YouTube?
Oh, for me, that's easy. Like, it's IGTV. But the good news is that it's not a decision I have to make. I now have the ability to create one video that I independently upload to YouTube. I independently upload to Facebook, and I independently upload to IGTV. The universe is this amazing thing that I do not have to choose between the platform. We should be so thankful that IGTV, because people, the thing I hear a lot from entrepreneurs is that they'll put polls in their Instagram stories, who's on IGTV? And like 85% of people are like, I'm not there. And I'm like, yes, but when Instagram stories came around, nobody was there either. And when YouTube first came around, nobody was there either. It's a matter of transition. And the thing that I've noticed is that now that I've started uploading videos to IGTV, on average, it's not a lot. I'm not getting a lot of views, but I will get anywhere around 5,000 to 6,000 views on an IGTV video. Now, I am getting that independently. I'm not losing 6,000 views on Facebook or 6,000 views on YouTube, even though those channels have been built specifically for video. It's in addition. So now I have a third arm getting 6,000 more views per video than I did without it. So I will say yes, please, and thank you. I will continue creating content, uploading on all of those social platforms on different days so different people can see them.
Wow, that's a different take as compared to any other influencer that I've been speaking to recently.
But here's one thing too. If you started with YouTube, then you get the game. Like, you understand. And for me, I noticed that my videos now, and there was a time when I was creating just photography related videos and those did extraordinarily well. And then since I've started changing to social media strategy, those videos don't do very well. However, those videos are, I'm noticing, doing better in the long run, because when people are using YouTube as a search mechanism and not a social mechanism, my videos are still coming up. So videos in perpetuity will always do better on YouTube, period, the end. However, for a quick pop, for quick brand building, Instagram and Facebook. For longevity, YouTube.
Perfect. I think that sums up the platforms perfectly. All right. The next interesting question that I have for you is Instagram stories. How can businesses use Instagram stories to build their business?
Instagram stories is a beautiful thing, and it's an intimidating thing because it's like 15 seconds. What do you do? How does it work? And I look at Instagram stories as a strategy for brand awareness. Am I using Instagram stories to do a full-on pitch and sales. Like, no, it's 15 seconds. It's behind the scenes look at what you're selling and what you do. And it's always just to keep in mind. Now, any action that people take within Instagram, it will work favorably so that they can see your content on their feed. For example, if I have a poll, or if I have a slider, or if I ask a question and somebody DMs me, that interaction will indicate to the Instagram algorithm that those people want to see more from me because we're engaging on stories. So the next time they open their app, there is a higher likelihood of them seeing one of my posts. Why? Because they took an action within Instagram stories that then related back to them seeing my stuff on their feed when they open the app.
So at the end of the day, just like any other social feature, engagement is the key, right?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So with that, we've come to the end of section 2. The next section is called Inside the Genius Mind. This is going to be a rapid fire section. I'm going to throw some questions at you. You're going to give me answers quickly without much of thought. All right?
I'm nervous. Okay, let's do it.
If you are starting out on Instagram today, how will you go about finding your niche and your right audience?
Well, I would have to answer this one of two ways. If I'm using Instagram for my business and I know what I want to do with my business, then number one, I need to start conversations. I need to give the engagement I want to get. So I'm going to hashtags, and I'm going to hashtags that are not industry specific, but where I think my dream customer is. And I'm going and I'm leaving comments that are more than 4 words, because the algorithm weighs comments differently. A 1-word comment like cute or so fun doesn't matter as much as a thoughtful comment like I'm really enjoying this content. More than 4 words. And also in the algorithm, it weighs 4-word comments more than it does a string of emojis. So as I'm creating conversations, I'm speaking to new Instagram followers, prospective followers, in a way that I want them to talk back to me. Now, that's if I already have a business and know how I want to use Instagram. But there's a lot of people who are watching that they just like, I just love video content, but I don't know what to sell. That's okay. If you're in that area and you're trying to figure out what your niche can be, I would recommend create content that you find inspiring, that you can have fun, and that you can experiment with, because then you're going to draw and attract people who want to see more from you and know more about you. And then you can find a product to sell to them. All you have to do first and foremost is, do I sell something? I need to create conversations. Do I not sell anything? I need to create content that I really love so that I can ultimately attract prospective customers.
All right, 2 very different yet very important perspectives. The next question is 3 simple hacks that YouTubers can use to promote their YouTube channel on Instagram.
Number 1, build out your IGTV. Number 2, you can always use the swipe up feature if you have more than 10,000 followers. And if you don't have 10,000 followers, but you do have your own dedicated website, that would lead to point number 3, and that's to create a lot of vanity URLs. So in case you don't have the swipe up feature, I actually have chosen volitionally not to have a business account, so I do not have the swipe up feature. So I do get creative with my URLs. You will find like jasminestar.com/makeover, jasminestar.com/plan, jasminestar.com/challenge, so that when people can easily remember the URL, they can go to their like Safari or Chrome and easily type that in.
Wow, typeable URLs is definitely an amazing hack. All right, you seem to be emphasizing a lot on having the perfect bio in Instagram.
Yes.
So for the sake of our audience today, can you tell us why you think that this is one of the most important features of Instagram?
I think that if we're talking about people who want to monetize the platform and build a business or have a revenue stream, it's going to be really important to use your bio as a business card. So that if I randomly stumble across your profile, I need to know what you do, I need to know what you sell, and I need to know why I should follow you. So 5 really important pieces to a bio. I need to know your description. What do you do? I need to know who it's for. Is it for moms, dads, entrepreneurs, young women? Then I need to know the benefits. Why should I follow you? Do I follow you for recipes? Do I follow you for tips? Do I follow you for tutorials? Do I follow you for inspiration? Number 4, you need to have a way for people to contact you. like email, phone number, text message. And then lastly, you need to use your exit link with strategy. It can go to build your newsletter list. It can go to your demo reel. It can go to your website. But you have to make sure that when somebody goes there, they have the opportunity to contact you and go deeper with your business.
Amazing strategies. I think all of us should definitely start utilizing it right away. All right, the next question I have for you is, how do you think business owners can leverage direct messages on Instagram to build their business? I know this is one of your favorite topics, so tell us in detail.
Okay, so when it comes to direct messages, we have to start conversations. So a lot of times people are like, hey, I don't know how to get my business off the ground. Or I have a great business, I love my product, but nobody's knocking on my door. If nobody is knocking on your door, you should go knock on other people's doors on Instagram, and that exists on direct message. But do not have a copy and paste cheesy message like, hey, I'm a photographer, hire me. No, not at all. The direct messages, at least for a while, you should follow a few people, say something nice like, oh, I love how you're going on vacation, or I like tacos too, or whatever the case may be. And then you could reach out to them and say, hey, and then I want you to personalize the message by looking at their Instagram account. I really hope that your dog is feeling better, or that you enjoyed your cup of coffee this morning. I'm a photographer. I noticed that you haven't posted any new headshots. I'd be more than willing to collaborate. So personalize each direct messages to build and cultivate prospective customers, build trust, and then it will transition into growing your business on social media.
That's again a very important technique that we can leverage. All right, the next question that I have for you is, what is one piece of advice that you would like to give to all aspiring content creators who are starting out now?
One piece of advice is to put blinders on. And I want you to focus just on what you're creating. I don't want you to focus on the numbers. I don't want you to focus on the metrics. I don't want you to focus on the followers. I want you to know and trust deep within your soul that number one, the thing that you're creating is to fulfill and satisfy a desire on the inside. And then number two, to understand that there is at least 1 or 2 or 10 other people who are gonna find value in the videos that you are creating. You do not need to have viral videos day after day after day. I hope you do. I totally hope you do. But in the case that you're not creating viral videos day after day, then you have to understand that what today starts with 1 person, and then 10 people, and 10 people, and 10 people, and then one day gets up to 20 people, and 25. This is natural and beautiful growth. Slow growth is good growth and is sustaining growth. And when you know that you can build content that you find inspiring, that a small other group find inspiring, and they're ready to invest in you, that you know deep down that you are enough, that what you're creating will empower you to live a life that you love, that is fully satisfying. We're not caring about being popular. We're caring about running a profitable business that is wildly fulfilling.
That's definitely a piece of advice that all content creators should take. All right, Jasmine, we've almost come to the end of the session. I have one last activity that I'd like to do with you. All right?
Okay.
So whenever you come up with some amazing caption, we all love to click on it and love to follow your content. So I would like to see in action how you come up with your captions and titles. All right? So if you were sharing this conversation on your channel, what is the title and the caption you'd be giving to our conversation today?
How to unhack your Instagram hacking method. Why Jasmine Star doesn't believe that there's hacking message on Instagram.
Wow, that's definitely a title I'd love to use on my channels too. I hope you don't mind me stealing your title.
No, I would be honored.
All right, Jasmine, thank you so much for spending your time with us and teaching so many valuable lessons about Instagram. I hope you enjoyed the session as much as we enjoyed talking to you.
I did very much. Thank you for being so prepared, so articulate, and maximizing our time together. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. Guys, if you really enjoyed the show, go ahead and click on the like button. And if you want to see more of Animaker Genius Talk, go ahead and click on the subscribe and the bell icon. And if you want to see your favorite influencers featured on this show, go ahead and comment below. We'll make sure to get them for the next episode. Until then, take care and stay safe. This is Arvind signing off from Team Animaker.